Mark, 5 minutes until airtime on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 4 minutes until airtime. Mark, 4 minutes until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue comes with 3 minutes until airtime. Mark, 3 minutes until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 2 minutes until airtime. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 1 minute until airtime. Mark, network stations, we are 1 minute until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Studios, please start your archive recording. Stations, if you encounter technical issues during this broadcast, please call the Wake Forest Studio hotline at area code 336-831-0819. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime, Mark, 30 seconds until airtime. Once again, stations, if you encounter technical issues during this broadcast, please call the Wake Forest Studio hotline number at 336-831-0819. Stations, your final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Wake Forest Sports Network.
Live from Miller's on Robin Hood, this is the Steve Forbes Show on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield. Your weekly all-access pass inside Demon Deacon basketball.
Kicks it underneath baseline right. Here's Harris up and under. Drives it, scores it, gets the foul. Taken by Wake. Spillers drives, dunks, and Wake leads by 4.
We did an unbelievable job in defensive transition. I think we're a little more comfortable playing with each other's strengths and weaknesses on the offensive side of the ball.
Send us your question for Coach Forbes to our inbox. Available at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at Stan Cotton WF.
Who learned something tonight?
Me.
See?
Yeah.
I didn't know about the nail.
The nail.
See?
Man, I feel
That's
good.
why you come here.
I tell you, that's some high-tech stuff right there.
Learn that stuff from Coach Forbes.
The Steve Forbes Show is brought to you by Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons. Now, alongside Coach Forbes, here's the voice of the Deeks, Stan Cotton.
Oh, all right. All right.
Yeah, we got a good crowd.
Got a great crowd here at Miller's. And you said last night it was going to be too cold. Nobody'd come.
Well, everybody got the long johns out. Came on.
did.
Yeah.
I left the arena last night. By the way, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, that was a great win.
And third fastest to 100 wins as a coach of the Deeks. How about that?
I finished third.
That's pretty good.
Did I get a ribbon or a medal?
I don't know. You get a handshake and a pat on the back. But anyway, he did. He said, I don't know about the radio show tomorrow. It's going to be awfully cold. I don't know if they'll come. And looky here.
Shocking.
Got a big packed house here.
Yep.
Miller's on Robin Hood for the final Steve Forbes show of the year.
Ooh.
We'll be back on January the 5th. So the holidays are up on us, along with 2-3 pretty good basketball teams ahead.
Yeah.
So doesn't get a whole lot easier, does it?
No. It's all right. It's what we're here for.
Here you go. Nice win last night. We'll kind of break it down after the first time out. But and I know ahead of that game, that was an offensive-minded team. And anytime you play a team like that you know can put it in the basket, I would think as a coach, you're a little bit nervous. I don't know.
Yeah, I talked to the head coach from Queens today, and that was, one of the things I talked to him about was how well they play offense. They were literally analytically the fourth best team we played on our schedule, offensive numbers, and so they're one of the most efficient offensive teams in the country. And they started out the game that way. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a game of horse, for a while. They were making shots, we were making shots, and Grant's done a really good job of building his roster. As we were walking through the line, shaking their hands, for a mid-major program, they got pretty good-sized players. And so I knew coming in we'd have to play well. I knew we'd play well. I felt like we would, but I didn't realize we'd make 17 threes. That we're not going to lose too many times and go 20 for 22 from the free throw line. You're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, I think you'd have beaten a lot of teams last night. What a night for Miles Colvin. I mean, he didn't hit the rim all night until one shot, maybe.
I mean, he missed his first shot from three at the top late, in the second half, and his ball when it was coming out of his hand, it looked pretty good all night long, and he got in a good rhythm, and I thought our guys did a good job of finding him and putting him in position to make those shots too. We did a really good. We had 23 assists on 36 baskets. That's an incredibly high number. I think according to KenPom, it was the fifth highest efficient offensive performance of the season in the entire country. And when you shoot at that level, Miles was outstanding, and I didn't think he forced anything. I thought he let it come to him, and he moved the ball. And so, all in all, it was it was a really good Omaha. Is continuing to play well, and he shot it well as well from three.
We talked to Nate Calmes in our postgame show last night, and I asked him, when you see a teammate like Miles and it's just going in, he said, you know what, that makes us feel like, hey, if he can make him, we can make him.
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody did make him.
Everybody was making them. Like I said, I actually missed a couple too that were pretty open that, as we made so many, I was like, dang, I'm surprised we missed that one. but I don't even know what the school record is. We probably were close. What was it? Is it
total threes?
Is it like 19 or?
We'll find that out.
I think it's 9. Somebody told me we were 2 off. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just, like I told the ref at the last 10 minutes, I said, just keep that thing running. Let's get this thing over with.
I kept tracking Colvin. He was in Craig Dawson territory there for a while.
Right.
And there were a lot of Deacons make a lot of threes, but he was knocking on the door. Just one of those nights for Miles Colvin, and he just continues. I don't know. He started the last couple of games. His confidence is building, and I think his teammates obviously believe in him, and that's a good thing.
And he's a pretty dang good athlete. He's athletic. He tried to dunk on the entire team there that one time. I think he hurt his arm trying to dunk it so hard. But, Miles is, he's really breaking out and having a really good year.
His dad tweeted out last night. Did you see his dad's tweet?
No.
Now, his dad played in the NFL, has a couple of Super Bowl rings. It says, one time in a Westfield middle school gym at a Charlie Hughes event, I saw a kid not miss a shot in front of 10 high major coaches, and he had like 30 points. Oh, tonight I got a new hat, and my wife and I saw that kid again. His name is Miles Colvin.
Okay.
Career high 33. So apparently he's been doing that his whole life.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't one of those 10.
You weren't one of the 10?
No, I wasn't.
All right.
I wasn't.
A couple of ways to get to us tonight. Obviously, if you're here, we're going to have a microphone we'll pass around if you want to ask Coach. By the way, Marcus Marion is here.
Oh, Marcus.
Yeah. And
his parents are here too, Tony and Nana. And here's the thing. They came from Denmark, so we're blaming them for the weather, okay? Everybody's good. Is that right? No? Yeah? No? Yeah? Tony's from Chicago, so we can blame him for that too.
I actually looked at Copenhagen's weather today and the rest of the week. Mid-40s, not bad. So we're colder than that.
I can't blame Marcus.
Yeah, so anyway, you'll be shocked at all the Denmark
questions
work I've done.
Oh, you got Denmark work?
Research. Oh, yeah.
Good.
We got all.
I got some research too.
I'm sure. All right. But anyway, we'll pass around the mic if you want to ask Coach or Marcus a question. You can email us if you're out there listening, wakeradio@learfield.com, or you can post on Twitter @StanCottonWF, and we'll try to get to as many of those as we can. We'll take our first time out by telling you that you can stay where art meets atmosphere. That is the Hotel Indigo and Sir Winston Wine Loft and Restaurant. They were designed for the creatively curious, bold spaces, local flavors, inspired stays right here in Winston-Salem. All right, our first time out, we'll take a little bit deeper dive into Wake and Queens on the other side of the break as you listen to the Steve Forbes Show from Learfield.
Spillers tap the rebound. Out to Harris, gets it back, dunks it. Going to have to make something happen. Pulls and fires. 14-footer, got it. For a good look at it. Three, and he drilled.
Hey, Deke fans, Coach Forbes here. As you prepare to watch your Dekes this season, remember to bring along some ice-cold Pepsi. There's something special about watching the Dekes with your friends, eating some great food, and drinking Pepsi. It's a perfect way to cheer the team on to victory. Go Dekes.
Wake Forest basketball is always better with Pepsi.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
We'll be right back to the Steve Forbes Show after this local timeout on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
Stan Cotton here for Roger Marion Automotive. Roger and his staff have been taking care of me and my family and our cars and trucks for years. From tune-ups to oil changes to a state inspection or that weird sound your engine's making that you can't quite figure out. Roger Marion Automotive can handle whatever issue your vehicle has and get you back on the road with confidence and at a very fair price. Roger Marion Automotive between I-40 and 421 across from West Forsyth High School. Roger Marion Automotive, the only choice for any fan of the Demon Deacons.
When the Triad brings ABC 45 News their traffic troubles, we get them resolved.
I really appreciate 45 because you guys advertise. If you have a problem and you can't get it resolved, give us a call.
One viewer had thousands worth of damage to her SUV from a fallen tree by a roadway.
ABC 45 News went to work and had the tree removed in less than a day.
Send your emails to traffictips@abc45.com. Triad traffic troubles on ABC 45 News at 6 and 11.
Welcome back to the Steve Forbes Show.
Harris with his 28th point, and Wake leads it 75-64. Only 23 seconds to go.
Actually, I looked up and everybody was going to the exits. The best feeling in coaching is going on the road and shutting the crowd up. That's a good feeling.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com.
Okay, we're back at Miller's on Robin Hood, final show before the holidays. We'll see you back here on the 5th of January. Coming up, it's Wake and Longwood on Wednesday night. That is a 7 o'clock tip at the Joel Coliseum against the Lancers. We're on the air at 6:30. And then Vanderbilt, the Commodores right now 13th in the country, highest-rated team from the Southeastern Conference. They'll pay a visit on December 21st. Be an awfully nice stocking stuffer to get that one, Coach, is saying, just telling you.
Yeah.
And then we'll be at NC State on New Year's Eve. That'll be a noontime tip on New Year's Eve, and then that all transpires before the 5th of January when we'll be back here. But time now for the Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist game diagnosis. Wake wins over Queens 111-73. The Deacs now 8-3 overall, and it's never easy to score 100, but when you're dropping them in like you did last night, that adds up.
I mean, the game's a lot easier when the ball goes in the basket, and I think the refs appreciate that too. You know, it's a lot less whistles, and I was just really impressed with the way we shared the ball, and you know, the ball was moving, and then we had a lot of confidence shooting the ball, and you know, I thought we got fouled, we went to the line, we made them. Really, overall, it was offensively, there's really not much you could say that went wrong. I thought defensively we got off to a slow start. Well, I thought we were just into trading baskets with them. And then we had a couple adjustments we had to make. I thought our players handled that really well. And then I thought we found our rhythm kind of, you know, partway through the first half, into the second half defensively, and got some more things going. We needed to have more impact on the ball when we were blitzing the ball screens, and once we did that, it made it really hard for them to run their offense.
And interestingly, they started Carson Schwieger, who's Cooper Schwieger's twin brother. So you had, and I saw Mom in the crowd. She had a T-shirt or some kind of Queens on one side and Wake on the other. So that was interesting to have them.
Well, I was wheeling my wife into the game in her wheelchair, and we went, yes, you know, you go down the corridor, then you go past the opposing team's locker room, right? And they have a table out there, and they're taping them. And she looks at me, she goes, "Why is Cooper getting taped by the other team?" I said, "No, Janelle, that's his brother. That's his brother." She was completely confused. And so, great family, you know, and Carson's having a really nice year for Queens. You know, it's interesting how that worked out. You know, Cooper committed to here before the Final Four, early March, and then his brother ends up going to Queens in Charlotte. And so pretty good for his parents to be able to see him play in Charlotte and come up to Winston and see Coop play. So I'm sure they're very happy about that.
You mentioned before the break Omaha Ballou. He just continues to do well. He had a career high for him last night, 16 points. There's a question from Mark. Just wants you to talk a little bit more about Omaha and his confidence continuing to grow and his development. He's really just a solid player for you.
Yeah.
When a guy like that can hit the three, that really helps.
Man, I think confidence is everything for a player, and you know, not just him, but all of them. And you know, you have to gain confidence by practicing playing. And you know, it's pretty well discussed that really this is kind of the first year that Omaha's been able to play. You know, he didn't play his freshman year, and then last year he got hurt, played a little bit, but never was healthy. And so, you know, I think each game he's getting more and more confidence in game situations, not just scoring the ball, but, you know, blocking out and screening. I was telling, I think I mentioned it last night,
the first three that Miles made in the second half was all because Omaha set a bone-crushing screen on one of their guards, and he just fell down, And so those kind of things you don't see in a box score. But, he's a very active player. He practices really hard, and, he sweats so much we have to change his gear during half of the practice. But he's doing good. He's doing well.
And he's a good locker room guy because, I mean, he's always got a smile on his face, very positive young man. And you can't have too many guys like that on your team.
Oh, great teammate. We got a lot of those kind of guys.
You do.
Yeah. But I think, he's a guy that he gets along with everybody. And I think he, like all of our players, I think he cares about winning. I think that's really important to him. And, I make fun of him because he's from Iowa, like I am. And, but he's I have a lot of fun coaching him, and you can get on him, but you can have fun too.
Well, put a wrap on the Queens game last night. Again, 111-73, and you had a great run there in the first half to get some daylight between you and the Royals, and they really were never able to mount any kind of comeback.
Yeah, it was kind of like you said, back and forth there for a while. I was a little frustrated defensively, but then, like I said, I thought we found our way, and they were going to shoot a lot of threes. I mean, they were coming in the game, they were shooting almost 38% from three as a team. I think we held them to 31, which is well below their average, and they were averaging 85 a game. We held them to 73. So once we locked in defensively, the ball kept going in the hole for us, and we got an awfully big lead, and we played with it.
And again, 111-73. The final is the Deacons get to 8-3 and look for Longwood on Wednesday night. Again, that's a 7 o'clock start, 6:30 airtime on the Wake Forest Network from Learfield. There is your Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist game diagnosis. We'll take another timeout. We'll start some questions on the other side as you listen to Wake Forest basketball from Learfield.
At Vibe, we believe interior design has the power to transform experience, shaping how people heal, learn, and perform every day. Whether it's premium hospitality suites, medical education facilities, residence halls, or healthcare environments, we create spaces that inspire connection, focus, and well-being. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're proud to design environments where champions thrive on the court, in the classroom, and beyond. Discover the impact of great design at vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's.
Hey Deacon fans, if you can't make it courtside or want to catch an away game with other Wake fans, Little Richard's Barbecue on Stratford Road should be your first choice to watch Wake basketball games. Enjoy big screen TVs, cold drinks, and all the smoked meats and southern sides you love. Proudly serving Deacon fans since 1991, Little Richard's is the go-to game day spot for Wake fans. Visit us on Stratford Road or order online at littlerichardsbarbecue.com. Go Deeks.
More with Coach Forbes after these local messages on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
Gloves for the dunk. Spillers flushed it on the alley-oop. Looking for Demon Deacon audio content beyond game day? Download and subscribe to the Wake Forest Sports Network feed on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Stay connected to the Deeks all season long.
No, I thought we had great effort. Appreciate the fans. We had a good crowd. Last couple games, have gotten off to a good start.
Catch every episode of the Jake Dickert Show and the Steve Forbes Show on demand, whether you're in Winston-Salem or anywhere in the world. Download and subscribe today. The Wake Forest Sports Network, powered by Learfield.
For the latest on the Demon Deeks, make sure you start with GoDeeks.com, the official website of Wake Forest Athletics. GoDeeks.com provides easy access to purchase tickets to upcoming games along with the latest news and updates from every team on campus. Plus, you can sign up for daily news alerts straight to your inbox. And, of course, hear all the play-by-play action from Wake Forest football, men's and women's basketball, and baseball, along with our coaches' shows as well. GoDeeks.com, the source for all things Wake Forest Athletics.
Be a part of tonight's edition of the Steve Forbes Show.
I always think that's really special when the former players come back. It's not so much for me, it's for our own players too, so they can build a bond and a relationship with those guys that hopefully will last, forever like their bond lasts.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at Stan Cotton WF.
Okay, we are back. First half hour, Steve Forbes Show on this chilly Monday night at Miller's on Robin Hood. Show number 6. We only have 8 more.
Is that it?
I know. 8 more. Oh, we're almost halfway through.
Turning the corner.
I did some math. You got your 100th win last night.
Yeah.
This is your 76th radio show.
76th radio show.
I have 840. but you have 76.
840. Oh, I have 76 here.
Here.
Yeah. I have 37 years in the business.
You do. What were your shows like in Johnson City? kind of different?
They're a little off the chain, yeah. Well, actually, we had call-in.
You took call. Well, we used to take calls as well.
Yeah, those were always interesting. And sometimes, like, my assistant coaches would call in, and Brooks Savage would call in and have a different voice. Like he was from West Virginia or something.
I get it.
Yeah.
That sounds like Coach Savage.
So we had a lot of fun. We had it at a place called Wild Wings.
Okay.
And so same type of support, and it got a little off the chain sometimes.
Yeah. There was nothing quite like a call-in show with Dave Odom.
Oh.
That was Dave used to hold them on during the commercial breaks, and people stacked up waiting to talk to Dave, and I couldn't get him off the air hardly.
The dumbest thing I've ever done, when I was the head coach at Barton County Community College in Kansas in the early mid-'90s, right when cell phones came out, right? I had a call-in show on the post game. That wasn't very smart, and we didn't have screeners. The only good thing was I only lost one home game in 3 years, and so usually people were pretty happy. But they would get in the car and drive home, and then just light up the phone. And I think that I never did that again. I can promise you that.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
By the way, back on in those Odom years, our buddy Kenny Herbst was a member of that
Kenny, yeah.
team. Birthday today.
Birthday for Kenny.
Happy birthday, Kenny. Dr. Herbst, that's true. But
good man.
Yeah. Anyway, and good to see his family here and friends as well. Let's see.
What do you got?
We have a question that's been posted. It says, Coach Forbes, did you follow Sebastian Akins while he was in high school? Has he just improved substantially since then? Well, he has improved, that's for sure.
Yeah, full disclosure, no. I didn't know who Sebastian was until he went in the portal. And Coach Mackey came to me, and we talked about it, and then we watched film and liked him. And he made some visits, but he came down to us from Vanderbilt, actually. And he wanted to stay closer to home, and we did a good job recruiting him, and this is what he was looking for. But I didn't really know. I didn't know anything about him until he went to Denver. The one thing that really impressed me was his very first college game at Stanford. I think he had like 17 or something like that. And he was the I can't remember the name of that league because Summit League. He was the freshman of the year in the Summit League, and so caught my attention. And he's done a really good job. He's one of the most improved players on the team from when he got here in the summer till now.
Had 6 points last night, all in the second half, and he shares the ball well. He was here on the show about 3 weeks ago or so, and he loves being in Winston-Salem.
He does. He likes his glasses, right? Like Marcus? Yeah. Yeah. And Marcus, you're next, so we'll be getting into what you like.
Yeah.
But he's very popular with the team and a good teammate. Again, having him and Nate at point has really been very effective for our team.
Question from David wants to know how exam week went. Did the guys survive?
How do we do, Marcus?
Marcus, we good?
We did good.
The rest of the guys good?
This is the only place I've ever worked that had exams on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't get a practice till 5 o'clock Saturday because of exams. And so, it's a challenging time for all those players to, practice, study, exams, papers, got to rep gifts, Robert. It's a big week for them, and I thought they handled it really well, and I thought they handled practice very well, and it reflected yesterday when we played.
Tonight's show brought to you in part by R.J. Young, your playbook for more than just copiers. Their cutting-edge solutions cover security systems, business phones, and managed IT and AV technology. What are you looking at me for?
I'm just looking.
Okay. I thought I did something wrong.
No, you're good.
Okay. All that stuff for your organization. Schedule your free consultation right now at rjyoung.com/Wake Forest. All right. Marcus Marion is next.
Oh, wow.
He is right down here in front.
Guys, Mom and Dad here.
The Great Dane is next on the other side of the timeout as you listen to Wake Forest basketball from Learfield.
Your Harris Teeter grocery haul can earn you savings on gas with our fuel points. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 you spend when you shop with your Vic card on your favorite products, fresh produce, and organic brands. Track your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app and redeem your points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. The more you shop, the more points you earn. It's like getting gas money just for shopping like you normally do. Click to learn more. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Stan Cotton here for Roger Marion Automotive. Roger and his staff have been taking care of me and my family and our cars and trucks for years. From tune-ups to oil changes to a state inspection or that weird sound your engine's making that you can't quite figure out. Roger Marion Automotive can handle whatever issue your vehicle has and get you back on the road with confidence and at a very fair price. Roger Marion Automotive between I-40 and 421 across from West Forsyth High School. Roger Marion Automotive, the only choice for any fan of the Demon Deacons.
We'll be right back to the Steve Forbes Show after this local timeout on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
When the Triad brings ABC 45 News their traffic troubles, we get them resolved.
I really appreciate 45 because you guys advertise. If you have a problem and you can't get it resolved, give us a call.
One viewer had thousands worth of damage to her SUV from a fallen tree by a roadway.
ABC 45 News went to work and had the tree removed in less than a day.
Send your emails to traffictips@abc45.com. Triad traffic troubles on ABC 45 News at 6 and 11.
Welcome back to the Steve Forbes Show. It's time now for our Play of the Week, presented by WXLV ABC 45.
Into the right corner to Schwiger. Nothing there now to Colvin. Heat check. Long one on the way. Center cut. Colvin has got 24. What a night. He has not missed. There you go, Miles Colvin on the way to a career-high 33. Last night. That was his 6th made 3. He made 7. That's brought to you by ABC 45 News, giving you more coverage and dedication to what matters to you. And no wait weather with Jonathan Wendt. ABC 45 News standing up for you. All right, Marcus Marion is here. And Coach is sitting down front with a smile on his face and a microphone. So I'll just turn it over to you right now.
Hey, Marcus, how we doing?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
You didn't know. I'm sorry, Marcus. I had nothing to do with this.
All right, first question, Marcus. Practice is intense. It's going really hard, hot and heavy. How do I handle it when you ask me a question in the middle of practice?
I don't know. I feel like all the questions asked are pretty, like, we don't know what's going on sometimes, so I just had to, like, make sure we do the drill right.
Okay, but how do I react to that?
I feel like you're acting fine.
Oh, you come on, Marcus. Come on, Marcus. I know your mom and dad.
Let's all be real. Look, this is family here. Let's just air this laundry out. Right. Let's go.
Who's harder on you coaching, your dad or your mom?
My mom, definitely. Yeah.
Your mom. Good answer. If you were going to play a game of one-on-one against your sister, who would win?
Me, easily.
You easy?
Yeah.
How good's your sister? Do you even know?
She's good.
She's good?
Yeah, she's really good.
She's really good. How tall is she?
She's about 6'4", 6'5".
Why are you looking at your mom?
I'm not sure. It's different measures in Denmark.
Okay. So I'll take one more. No,
you're on a roll. You go right ahead.
I told your mom this today and your dad. There's low maintenance and there's no maintenance. Okay, you're the most no maintenance player I've ever coached, and that's a positive. You are the best person I've ever coached. Okay, so I thought you handled your redshirt years about as well as any player I've ever redshirted in my 37 years. So explain to the people listening what it's like the redshirt and how you handled it.
I would say I didn't expect a redshirt, but when you and Coach Willie came to me with the offer, I didn't see it as like a negative. I took it as a challenge to get better all year, and that's what I felt like I did on scout team, getting the guys ready for the game and stuff and getting myself better. You're kind of just – the only difference is you're not suiting up for the warm-up and playing. Like, you do everything else with the team. You travel, you hang out. So, yeah, I felt like I was still part of the team when I was redshirting.
Well, I thought you did as good a job as anybody I've ever coached, and I thought you got a lot stronger.
Yeah.
There was days that we couldn't guard you that really made me mad with the rest of the players that were trying to win games. And so that's a credit to you, I believe, and your character and your willingness to be a great player. And I think you're showing it right now, the way you rebound the ball, the way you're driving it, the way you defend, the way you pass it. Great teammate, and we're just lucky to have you. Go ahead there, Stan. Got anything?
No, well, you started talking about the redshirt year. To me, again, especially in today's landscape where everything's just, you got to have it now. You had, and you said it, Marcus, you had to do everything that everybody else was doing, except you don't get to, eat the dessert. You don't get to play. And that's a year is a long time, especially in the life of a young person.
Yeah.
And I would like for you, if you could, to elaborate a little bit more on when you're by yourself and you're just thinking of like, this is, because it's a struggle. But you talked about it being there was a big learning curve for you there with regard to how do I handle this? How do I get better? Just tell us a little bit more about that, if you will. That now has you where you are now and ready to play substantial minutes and give Coach Forbes and the rest of the staff what it wants.
Yeah, I just think the most important part was really the coaches believing in me during the redshirt. Like, Forbes told me that he sees me as part of Wake Forest future and stuff, so they kind of motivate him and not, like, just go to practice and kind of get it over with, but really try to get better and stuff. And just me my freshman year not really playing the last half, too, kind of fueled me when I was redshirt and just want to get back in the court and play somebody else than like Hunter and Cam in practice. So that was nice.
This is maybe the deepest team at Wake Forest that Coach Forbes has had. What do you see and everybody's got a role, right? I mean, a lot of moving parts. Where do you see yourself in this team in the grand scheme of things? Your role, what do you think that they're looking to you for?
Just go in there and give it my all every time. Crash the boards, as he said, rebound, defend. Yeah, I feel like my role is, I'm not trying to score anything. I'm just trying to make the right play every time I'm out there.
And I know you can score.
I would prefer that you score.
Yeah, and score.
Your numbers playing in Denmark, were all great. I mean, you scored a bunch of points. And I think, too, part of being a mature player is being satisfied with, okay, I don't have to score. Coach would like you to score more, but setting picks, getting rebounds, doing a lot of the dirty work, that all that stuff has to be done for a team to win.
Yeah.
And you're cool with that, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I would like to score too.
Well, you got to shoot it.
Yeah.
You got to shoot it.
True.
Right, Coach?
Yeah, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I'm all for it. And he has gotten a lot better shooting the three. There's been some days in practice where, he's made 5 or 6 in live play, and every time he shoots it now, I feel like it's going in. I think when he first got here, I don't think he had shot a ton of threes, and because he's a pretty big kid coming out of Denmark, and I think that's a part of his game that will continue to expand.
Okay, bottom of the hour, we're going to sneak in a timeout. When we come back, we'll find out how you get from Denmark to Wake Forest. That'll be an interesting tale, I would think. And then a couple more questions from Marcus, and we'll turn him loose. You folks, don't be bashful. Get a photograph, autograph, all that good stuff. And we've got the microphone if you want to talk to Marcus as well. So we'll take a timeout. More with Marcus Marion on the other side as you listen to Wake Basketball from Learfield.
When the Triad brings ABC 45 News their traffic troubles, we get them resolved.
I really appreciate 45 because you guys advertise. If you have a problem and you can't get it resolved, give us a call.
One viewer had thousands worth of damage to her SUV from a fallen tree by a roadway.
ABC 45 News went to work and had the tree removed in less than a day.
Send your emails to traffictips@abc45.com. Triad traffic troubles on ABC 45 News at 6 and 11.
It's electric here at the Joel. Holy cow, what a no-look pass. And another.
And another. Never have I seen this many assists in one possession. This is flawless execution, Bob.
Hey, I'm thirsty too, but watching bottles of ice-cold Pepsi get passed from vendors down to Deeks fans in the middle seats is not the play-by-play we're here to do. Eyes back on the court. I'll buy you a Pepsi at the half.
No one's better than you, Bob.
It's Wake Hoop season, so pass the Pepsi. Proud partner of Wake Forest basketball.
More with Coach Forbes after these local messages on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
For the latest on the Demon Deeks, make sure you start with GoDeeks.com, the official website of Wake Forest Athletics. GoDeeks.com provides easy access to purchase tickets to upcoming games along with the latest news and updates from every team on campus. Plus, you can sign up for daily news alerts straight to your inbox. And of course, hear all the play-by-play action from Wake Forest football, men's and women's basketball, and baseball, along with our coaches' shows as well. GoDeeks.com, the source for all things Wake Forest Athletics.
Loves for the dunk. Spillers flushed it on the alley-oop. Looking for Demon Deacon audio content beyond game day? Download and subscribe to the Wake Forest Sports Network feed on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Stay connected to the Deeks all season long.
No, I thought we had great effort. Appreciate the fans. We had a good crowd. Last couple games have gotten off to a good start.
Catch every episode of the Jake Dickert Show and the Steve Forbes Show on demand, whether you're in Winston-Salem or anywhere in the world. Download and subscribe today. The Wake Forest Sports Network, powered by Learfield.
Welcome back to the Steve Forbes Show.
They'll get the ball to Spillers, to Calmes, back to Spillers for a stuff. Oh, what great ball movement from Wake.
His transformation has really been impressive. He came here as a scorer, and he can score. We've asked him to be the point guard. I think he's done an absolutely incredible job getting everybody involved.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com.
Hey, back and rolling along with Marcus Marion here from Denmark. We'll get to Marcus in just a second. You would look good, Marcus, in some Norman Stockton stuff. They've been dressing Deacon fans for every occasion. You'll find a tremendous selection of Wake golf shirts, quarter zips, vests, jackets, belts, a whole lot more. Conveniently located in Renolda Village, adjacent to campus. Come check out Norman Stockton today. We'll get to you in just a second. I want to find out how you get from Denmark to Wake Forest. You told me during the break. There's an interesting story about how that happened.
Yeah, so growing up in Denmark, I didn't really watch college basketball at all. So
had you ever heard of Wake Forest?
No, that's part of the story.
Okay.
So after I went to the European Championship and kind of played good, that's when I really got college interest. So I was scrolling on Twitter one day, and a guy named Matt Woodley texted me, "Hey," with 10 followers and nothing in his bio. And I'm like, who is this guy? He's like, what do you know about Wake Forest? I have no idea what Wake Forest is at that point, so I just search it up. I see all the grades pop up and ACC and stuff. I'm like, I text Woodley back like, I love Wake Forest.
What were some of the names? Chris Paul probably was one. Tim Duncan.
Okay. Yeah, I had no idea where they played college at that point, so it was surprising to me.
So you were all ready to go, right?
Yeah, and then we played the top team in Denmark, who had imports and stuff. And Woodley was texting me. He was like, I'll see you on Wednesday at your game. I was like, what is he talking about? And then he just pulled up to the gym in Denmark out of nowhere.
Did that impress you?
Yeah, and we ended up beating the team, actually. We upset them.
And so when did you decide, yep, that's my place? Pretty much then?
Yeah, I mean, I still wanted to visit some other colleges, but then, like, they were waiting for the season to get over, and I was like, I mean, Wake Forest got everything I need. Forbes talked to me. Woodley came out. He wanted to come out one more time. So I really just felt like we created a special relationship at that point. And, yeah, I committed on the spot.
Well, there you go. Good stuff. I'll have to ask Coach Woodley about that. He's a character. All right, let's go out. We know who you are, but tell everybody driving down the road listening who you are, and fire away for Marcus.
Chuck Lott from Clemens. In my retired life, I drive one of these Wake lines on campus, and I see this guy on campus a lot. Why don't you tell the folks how you get from off campus to campus and how you can fit on what you're driving?
Yeah. So I didn't feel like it was like financially responsible for me to get a car this year, so I instead got a e-bike. So I e-bike everywhere on campus, and yeah, you came up to me like 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah.
What'd you tell him, Chuck? You're an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
If you've ever seen a 6'9" guy run around on a scooter, first you had a scooter.
Yeah.
And you were weaving around. I'm like, he's up there, big fella.
Yeah.
And then you got the bike. But you got your driver's license, though, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
Nah, I got my North Carolina state ID.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. All right.
I had to.
I got 2 quick questions. First question. You have many different styles of hair. Okay? You've gone from what you have there to a 1970s afro.
Yeah.
Okay? Which one is your favorite, and who does your hair?
I'll probably say the braids more.
You like the braids?
Yeah, they're easy to handle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I prefer those, but go ahead.
Yeah.
And who does your hair?
It's different. Last year was a girl named Jada. She runs like her own business.
Okay.
Which then she graduated, so now I found the same one as Mikhail.
So it's not your teammates?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No.
So last, yeah, mine's just a Mach 3. So this is your one chance. You could say anything you want to say about me in Danish. Go ahead. It doesn't have to be positive.
Ooh.
Say what's really on your mind after I'm yelling at you. Go ahead.
I got to think about that one real quick.
In Danish.
Luk munden.
Your dad's laughing.
I got to look over here for a translation.
I mean, that's just one word. I can't imagine that was a very nice word.
It was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah. It was two words.
2 words?
Yeah.
It was 2 words?
Yeah.
All right. What else you got there, Cotton?
No, I was going to ask, I did so much research on Denmark today. Part of your love for scooters, there are like more bikes than cars in Denmark, right? I mean, is that part of why maybe the scooter to you was kind of...
Yeah, I just feel like it's nice, like being outside in nature, just driving around campus. It's easier, too, because I know parking is like a struggle on campus. You never really find a spot, so I just figured the bike made sense.
You don't feel vulnerable, though?
No, I gotten used to. People don't really look for bikes, so I gotten used to like being careful when I ride it.
What is this here?
Hygge?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a word we got in Denmark. Just you being cozy with people you like. Yeah,
you guys are just, I don't know, they're just kind of a laid back. See over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom's not laid back.
Huh?
Mom's not laid back.
Mom's pretty intense?
Intense. Coaching.
Okay. Well, let's wrap it up, Marcus. Give me your take on your team and where you think this particular group can take this thing this year.
I think we got a real special team. I think everybody's like bought into their roles. As we know, Miles had 33 yesterday. The game before was Juke was stepped up. So I feel like our team is that just speaks about how deep we are. Like if somebody isn't going, the next guy can just step up.
But I think people can tell just from your countenance, the way you represent yourself, your team, your university, they love you. And glad you redshirted, glad you stuck around. So thanks for coming by. Your first time on the radio, right?
Yeah.
How good was that?
They did good.
Yeah.
All right. There he is, folks. Marcus Marion. We'll take a timeout, and we'll have more questions for Coach on the other side. This is Wake Basketball from Learfield.
Stan Cotton here for Roger Marion Automotive. Roger and his staff have been taking care of me and my family and our cars and trucks for years. From tune-ups to oil changes to a state inspection or that weird sound your engine's making that you can't quite figure out. Roger Marion Automotive can handle whatever issue your vehicle has and get you back on the road with confidence and at a very fair price. Roger Marion Automotive between I-40 and 421 across from West Forsyth High School. Roger Marion Automotive, the only choice for any fan of the Demon Deacons.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
We'll be right back to the Steve Forbes Show after this local timeout on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Be a part of tonight's edition of the Steve Forbes Show.
When you go to try to dunk it, you're going to get fouled because you're coming down with the ball. And then he tried to, lay it up, and he found out that this ain't the Missouri Valley.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at Stan Cotton WF.
Okay, rolling right along here at Miller's on Robin Hood, our final show before the holidays. We'll be back here January the 5th. That is a Monday, and pretty much Monday, all the way through the season toward the end of the ACC tournament. All right, Coach, let's get to the Greenway Village Dental question of the night. It comes from Brian via Twitter or X, and he's talking about, he's looking at your net ranking, which is your favorite. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But it improved to 48 this day last year. You were 119. Brian says the early schedule against high-level teams seems to have made a difference. Got to believe that type of competition prepares you well for later on against ACC competition. Brian, thanks.
Yeah, the great thing, the thing about the net that everybody has to remember is the net's made for the end of the season, not now. And so what I mean by that is you could have a game that's a quad 3 win that could end up being a quad 2 win. You could have a quad 2 be a quad 3, a 2 be a 1, and a 1 be a 2. So it doesn't, it matters right now, but it doesn't really matter until the end. A great example of that is West Virginia. Right now, they're 100. So they're right on the cut line of a 2, but they could be a 3, or they could go up to be a stronger 2. The schedule's the same as it was last year. The difference is that we have won the games at home by a margin of victory of more than what we did last year. We won all the games last year. We just didn't win them by the larger margin of victory that goes into, making these type of decisions analytically. So, last year we played Michigan. We beat them. We played at Xavier. We played at Texas A&M. We played Minnesota. We played Florida, national champion. We played the same schedule. It really just comes down to how we've handled the home games in a different manner.
Mark, with a question in general about your halftime chats. What are, and we've talked about that a little bit. And obviously sometimes you say more and sometimes you don't have to say anything. But what's that like?
It's the first 5 minutes, my son Christopher is in with the players going over the film of the first half. My son live coached the game during the game, first half. He goes in with the players and goes over the things that we need to be looking at to maybe do different. We're in another room talking about adjustments. We come in. I talk to the team briefly. Then Coach Woodley talks to them about defensive adjustments. Coach Freeman talks about offensive adjustments. I finish it, and then we go back out. Sometimes it's probably a little more animated than some other times. But typically, it's pretty even keel. But as you can imagine, probably based on the score, it can get a little more intense.
There you go. David with a question about Nate Calmes. When's the mask coming off? He says he can't imagine that doesn't bother him.
It does. He doesn't like it. 2 more games. He's got to wear it Wednesday night. He's got to wear it Sunday. And then it comes off for ACC play. So I'm sure he's going to be very happy.
He'll be through. He hadn't mentioned it. We've had him on.
I see him out there messing with it all the time. I'm yelling at him, get back! And he's messing with his mask and can't see. And, he's handled it really well. That's not a very fun thing to have on.
But between Nate and Sebastian Akins, your point guard spot's pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Pretty solid.
And Isaac can play it too.
Yeah.
And so we got a lot of options that are good options. I don't have the overall stats with me, but I think those guys combined are close. I know they're 3-1. They're close to 4-1 assist turnover ratio, and so you can't ask for much any better than that. Those guys have done a really good job of running our team.
And more minutes for Isaac Carr these last 3 games. I know you're starting to work him in first half, and I know you really like the upside on that guy.
Do. I like his he knows how to play. He's a big, strong guard. He's not afraid of physicality. He's a tough kid. I would like to see him shoot it more. I think he passes up some opportunities that, I think he needs to start taking, especially in those high-level games. You might only get one good look at it, a possession. And if he's got it, he's got to take it. But, yeah, I've really liked his approach to the game. Jalen, too. It's just hard to play that many people. Jalen always, we wear those things that measure our intensity and how hard we're playing. He's always the highest on the team by far. I mean, he plays so darn hard. I was so glad to see him make that 3 last night, see that ball go in. And everybody has found their way to contribute.
Well, everybody was making threes last night, as we've talked about. And, again, Wake wins over Queens by the final of 111-73. Final timeout. We will wrap it up. Unbelievably, the time has flown again tonight here at Miller's on Robin Hood. We'll do that with a coach of the Deacs after this as you listen to Wake Forest basketball from Learfield.
Hey, Deacon fans. If you can't make it courtside or want to catch an away game with other Wake fans, Little Richard's Barbecue on Stratford Road should be your first choice to watch Wake basketball games. Enjoy big screen TVs, cold drinks, and all the smoked meats and southern sides you love. Proudly serving Deacon fans since 1991, Little Richard's is the go-to game day spot for Wake fans. Visit us on Stratford Road or order online at littlerichardsbarbecue.com. Go Deacs.
At Vibe, we believe interior design has the power to transform experience, shaping how people heal, learn, and perform every day. Whether it's premium hospitality suites, medical education facilities, residence halls, or healthcare environments, we create spaces that inspire connection, focus, and well-being. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're proud to design environments where champions thrive, on the court, in the classroom, and beyond. Discover the impact of great design at vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's.
More with Coach Forbes after these local messages on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
When it comes to local news, you can rely on ABC 45 News, there to cover your story.
Just had to take a stand. We should be compensated way more than we are.
There to get you answers.
It still leaves so much anxiety because it's like we don't know what happened.
There in your community.
We need to help out the people in our community who are struggling.
And there with your no-wait weather.
This area is producing some severe weather tonight.
ABC 45 News, weeknights at 6 and 11, standing up for you.
Your Harris Teeter grocery haul can earn you savings on gas with our fuel points. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 you spend when you shop with your Vic card on your favorite products, fresh produce, and organic brands. Track your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app and redeem your points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. The more you shop, the more points you earn. It's like getting gas money just for shopping like you normally do. Click to learn more. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Okay, we are back. Final few minutes here before the holidays come get us, but more basketball to come. We'll be hosting Longwood on Wednesday night at the Joel Coliseum, 6:30 airtime on the radio. Hope to see everybody in here out at the Joel. We'll tip a little after 7 o'clock. What do you know about the Cliff Notes version of the Lancers?
Kind of the same thing we've been facing in these games. Is they're athletic team, defend pretty well, drive it a little different than Queens. Maybe doesn't shoot the 3 as well, but got a couple post players that can get on the glass, rebound. They played at Pitt earlier, played them pretty tough, and so. Again, it's we have to be ready, and we have to play to our standard. And that was something that we've been stressing, from the beginning of June, but especially, the last couple of weeks in the huddles. It's like no matter what the score is, we have to play the way we want to play to our standard. And I thought we did a really good job of that last night. Because sometimes, as you know, you've done this a long time. I mean, you get a big lead, you can relax, and then it gets sloppy. And I really never felt like it got that way last night.
You hear a lot, and everybody's used the term in basketball, that, basketball is a game of runs.
Yes.
Sometimes, though, that can be an excuse, right?
Yeah, you do it, and then you just kind of relax, or you have a lot of you're playing well, and the ball's going in the hole, so now you start hunting your own shot, and then you have about 3 or 4 possessions were not good, and they get back in the game. I didn't think we did that last night. I thought we shared it. I don't know how many guys made them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 guys make threes, and 11 of those between 2 people. But I never felt like those guys were really hunting their shot.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to watch Miles get those 33 just in the flow of the game. He was looking. I mean, he led you in what? He had 3 assists, right?
Well,
and he had 8 rebounds as well.
And he scored 33 points in 28 minutes. Yeah. So that's pretty good production. Now, Coach Mackey said after the game, Coach Mackey's here, prolific scorer. He said if he would have had 29 at halftime, he would have ended up with 50. But that's probably because he just shot the ball every time, knowing Mackey.
But that's probably true.
That is true.
He scored a bunch of. Isn't he South Carolina's all-time leading scorer?
B.J. Mackey is still the all-time leading scorer in the history of South Carolina basketball.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of the top 10 scorers in the history of the SEC. He'll tell you he knows. I guarantee he knows. Just have to bring him up here.
You should have seen the face of the proprietor at this little hole-in-the-wall joint in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I walked in there one day to get a cheeseburger and had a Wake hat on. And he comes and he's flipping he owns the joint, but he's flipping the burgers back there too. This is a local spot. And he comes over there and sits down, and he grilled me on B.J. Mackey for about 30, 40 minutes.
Shocking.
And he was just out of his shoes excited that I knew not only you.
No, he didn't know me.
Yeah, he did. But B.J. Mackey, he had followed his career and was excited to know that I actually knew who B.J. Mackey was.
He's a legend in South Carolina.
He is.
South Carolina.
It's South Carolina. Yeah. And in his own mind. No.
Yes.
No, he was a great player, really was. All right. Coach, a question from Mark. The college game, he says, has changed from inside out to outside in. Would you agree? And how, as a coach, have you adjusted to that?
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. I would say up until 2018, 19, I ran high-low offense, like old school 2-game. Kansas used to run it. We pounded it inside, played high-low. And then by 2000, right before I came here, we switched to more of a 4-out, 4-out, 1 in, or 5-out. And that was after some conversations with a friend of mine, Nick Nurse, and he basically asked me, what are you doing offensively? I said, I don't know, I'm winning, and so he got me to change, and we've evolved it over the years and gotten really, really good at it, and that's a credit to the players and the staff, but you got to be a lifelong learner. You can't continue to do the same things over and over and over, and so we have evolved offensively, and I get frustrated sometimes because I like to throw it in there. I like to take a layup instead of a 3-point shot, but that's just the way the game has evolved, and so we continue to fine-tune it.
And now with, again, Longwood coming on Wednesday, exams in the rearview mirror.
It's over.
You got these guys right where you want them, right? There's
full attention.
No class. It's just basketball.
Yeah. It's for a month they get to be a professional basketball player and just concentrate on playing. And typically this has been a good time for our teams especially to get better. We spend a lot more time on the floor, individual instruction, team instruction, going over situations, stuff we just have time to do that we don't typically have during a normal day when they have class. And so they do get a nice little break right after we play Vanderbilt. They get to go home for a little bit, have Christmas, and then come on back. I see the clock's ticking down to 51.
50 seconds, yep. We got to be out of here in less than 50. What about my man Tegan over here?
He's rocking it.
He's got it going.
Yeah, he's taking over for his dad.
There you go.
Is there any way that could be the temperature tomorrow, like 50?
No, right. I don't think we didn't get out of the 30s today. But so let's kind of regroup. You got 30 seconds. Longwood coming. You come off a big win, and all things looking pretty good right now.
Get out there tomorrow night, support us. It means a lot. And then we got to have a huge crowd on Sunday. We got to have a big one. It's a big game. We got a top 20 opponent coming in, and SEC opponent, and it's one we need to get. And we need everybody in the house.
We got to run. Thank you guys for coming. We appreciate it. Have a great holiday break. Merry Christmas.
Marcus.
Thank you guys. And for the coach of the Deeks, Stan Cotton, saying good night from Miller's.
You've been listening to The Steve Forbes Show on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield. Tonight's show has been brought to you by Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons. The proceeding has been a Learfield presentation of the Wake Forest Sports Network.